Let's start with the toxic asset plan. So taxpayers who are already bailing out financial institutions, already outraged over bonuses at AIG, going to take on more risks here.
I think you need to keep your eye on why we're doing this at all, which is we do know that banks have these so-called toxic assets on their balance sheets. We think they're highly uncertain. They're making banks unwilling to lend. We're making private investors unwilling to come into banks. We need to get those off the bank's balance sheets. That's a market that really hasn't been functioning, really hasn't existed. That's exactly when the government needs to step in. And what's really innovative about this is partnering with private investors, partnering with the FDIC and the Federal Reserve to get all the resources we can to get those things off banks' balance sheets.
What is the sense you get from folks out in Iowa about what's going on with these bonuses to folks at AIG?
Outrage on the part of Iowans. They just don't understand how people that make $20 million a year can drive a corporation into the ground, go suck off the taxpayers for bailouts, and then give out $1 million of bonuses.
I want to distinguish. A bonus that is paid if you do well, as long as you also forfeit money if you do badly. A legitimate two-way bonus, which is unknown in most of these areas, I wouldn't object to. But retention bonuses are, to a great extent, extortion. It is people saying, as you suggested in the question, Harry, I've got the combination to the safe, and if you don't bribe me, I'm going to leave and you'll never be able to open the safe. I think it is wrong, and let's point out, a lot of very talented people have lost their jobs in this financial crisis. It's not that they wouldn't be able to hire good people to do this. So I really resent the extortionate element of this, and I think that's one of the things that we have to deal with, not just with AIG, but going forward to restrict that.
Does the president believe that the House bill and the Senate draft bill to have an excise tax on these bonuses undermines the financial system? Is he opposed to them?
I think the president would be concerned that this bill may have some problems in going too far. The House bill may go too far in terms of some legal issues, constitutional validity, using the tax code to surgically punish a small group. But that may be a dangerous way to go. That said, let's see what comes out of the Senate. He has not said he won't sign this bill. Let's see what comes out of the Senate. Let's see what gets to his desk.
If we maintain the proposals which are in this budget over the 10-year period that this budget covers, this country will go bankrupt. And I find it almost unconscionable that this administration is essentially saying, well, we're just going to blithely go along on this course of action after they're getting these numbers which show that they're not sustainable. And they know they're not sustainable. The way I've described it is as if you were flying an airplane and the gas light came on, said you got 15 minutes of gas left, and the pilot said, we're not going to worry about that. We're going to fly for another 2 hours. Well, the plane crashes, and our country will crash, and we'll pass on to our kids a country that's not affordable.
Do you have any doubt at all that we will be on a path to growth in this year?
I don't. I think the reason that, I should say things could change, right? I'm not a fortune teller. I do feel strongly we've taken the right policies. I have every expectation, as do private forecasters, that we will bottom out this year and actually be growing again by the end of the year.
And that a year from now we'll see the signs.
We will. I feel very confident we'll be seeing the signs that the economy has turned around and is growing again. Of course, it'll take time before we're really back to normal, but I think we will absolutely see signs that everything is working.
I have great hopes for this country, and I think that Washington is going to learn from the mistakes that were made in the past, and I think in the end we're going to come out stronger and better.